So one of the, I'd say, most exciting things that's happening at Paubox right now has been the growth of our HIPAA compliant email marketing and patient engagement platform called Paubox Marketing. Now, I know sometimes when you say marketing in healthcare, you kind of come to a screeching halt because what we've seen in healthcare is they've been very limited in terms of how they can reach out to patients on a mass basis. To provide some context, I think a lot of people are familiar with traditional marketing platforms like MailChimp, HubSpot, Constant Contact, for instance, right? They've been players in the space for a very long time, very successful companies. They just weren't designed for healthcare, right? When it comes to healthcare, we have to abide by HIPAA. There are a lot more laws and regulations and security that needs to come into play. And no one can forget about the all important BAA, right? So with Paubox Marketing, we provide a BAA, which means that you can send and transmit as much PHI as you want as part of these marketing campaigns. So everything will abide by HIPAA. You guys will stay compliant. I will admit there is a large educational component that we're trying to do right now to educate people on the fact that it is okay to do this. Going back to MailChimp and HubSpot and Constant Contact, they either don't provide a BAA or they do, but then they say that you can't send PHI. And something as simple as a name and an email address associated with a health system, that does constitute PHI. I mean, I know it doesn't necessarily contain that. I know that a name and email isn't a diagnostic information or their age or their height, but they're all encompassing of PHI. So with Paubox Marketing, a health system, for instance, could send out not only their traditional newsletters, keeping everyone up to date about what's happening at the practice, new providers coming on board, new locations, new policies and procedures, but also you can get very targeted with marketing, right? If you think about social media, we all get those sponsored ads on like Instagram or our phones listening to us, and it works because it's based on our search history or what we talk about, and it's relevant to us. So the big thing with Paubox Marketing is you can send email blasts to everyone, but the real power of it is that you can send relevant information to different demographics of your patient base, for instance. Some common examples would be, women that need to get their annual mammogram or men that need to get their colonoscopy when the time is right. If they miss those appointments, right, we want to make sure they're getting the healthcare that they need, which also means that the health system is getting the revenue that they would get from that visit as well. So sometimes I've noticed healthcare organizations are doing missed appointment campaigns or announcing, hey, this is the year for you to finally have this appointment. Please make sure you can schedule with us online or call the practice. One of the things that has really resonated with me is someone told me that when you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. And that's where really personalization email marketing is very key, because you're going to see a lot higher engagement as part of those campaigns. Because as a patient myself, I want information that's relevant to me. I don't want emails that say, dear valued patient. That's not going to make me feel connected to the practice. So anything that talks about, my name, or that includes my name, my last appointment, who my provider was, right? I want to see those details, because that's going to make me feel not only more connected, but actually trust that this email is coming from a legitimate source too.